Opposition Leader Stephen Miles, thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me, Jack. It's great to be here.
It's been a year since Labor lost that election in 2024. What was it like losing that election? What was it like losing the top job as Premier?
Look, defeat is obviously always really hard, but we didn't have too much time to dwell on it. We were straight back into the job of talking to Queenslanders, and that's what we've done the whole 12 months since then.
Labor was beaten convincingly in 2024. Why did you decide to stay on as Labor leader?
Look, a number of members of our team asked me to stay on because they thought that continuity would help keep our team united and strong and disciplined. And I've always taken the view that if you want to make a difference for your state, you serve in whatever capacity you have the opportunity to do. And so I agreed to that request.
Why do you think Labor lost the last election?
Well, look, that's what we've spent the last 12 months talking to Queenslanders about right across the state. And a lot of people have said that they felt like it was time for a change. A lot of people have pointed to crime and community safety as the issue that drove them to change their vote to the LNP. But also a lot of people believed what David Crisafulli said, that he would make Queensland a better place. And I think we're already starting to see a bit of disappointment from Queenslanders when things actually are getting worse. You know, ramping is getting worse, cost of living is getting worse. Even crime hasn't been fixed in the way he said it would.
Would a future Labor government keep the adult crime, adult time laws introduced by the LNP?
Oh, look, our offering at the 2028 election will outline much closer to then, but what we've seen is a government that was elected with a four-word slogan and not much more detail. And so even though they've passed those laws and had to change them a couple of times already, Queenslanders are still seeing very high crime rates, and that suggests that four-word slogan isn't working and that this government will need to do more.
What would convince you to keep adult crime, adult time laws?
We want to see crime going down. And if crime is going down, then we'll want to keep in place the things that the experts and police tell us are working. We'll want to change the things that experts and police tell us are not working. I think right now there isn't enough focus on early intervention and rehabilitation and keeping kids in school rather than seeing them disengaged and out in the community committing crimes. And so we'll have a bigger focus on stopping crime before it happens.
Do you think keeping youth offenders in detention, in jail for longer, helps with community safety?
Well, it helps in the short term while those kids are off the streets, but eventually they will get released. And there's lots of evidence that says that the period of time that they're in detention hardens them, makes them more likely to commit more crimes. But it's early days, and we'll see what the experience is over the next couple of years.
You're on social media a lot, you're on TikTok a lot. Why do you like reaching out to young Queensland voters, and do you think that they feel left out of the political process?
Well, I like reaching out to all voters, Jack, and I've always believed that politicians have a responsibility to talk to Queenslanders where they are. A lot of young people say to me that they don't feel particularly heard in the debates of the day, and I want to change that. I want to give them a stronger voice. I want to hear them and speak with them.
The UK has recently lowered the voting age from 18 to 16. Would a state Labor government ever do that here in Queensland?
We don't have plans to do that, but I think it's good that people are talking about it. You know, those same young people who say to me that they don't feel heard, appreciate the fact that there are people out there talking about maybe giving them a greater say.
You'd be open to looking at lowering the voting age?
I'm saying I think it's a good conversation. It's not part of our plans, though.
And just to be clear, you're committed to leading Labor to the 2028 election?
Oh, absolutely. The first test for any opposition is whether you can keep your team united and disciplined. We see at a federal level what can go wrong when you don't have that with the LNP opposition there. We've kept the team strong, united, disciplined, and that's how we intend to continue right through to 2028.
Is it really discipline, though, when you've seen a divide within your caucus on adult crime, adult time laws? You've seen MPs switch factions. Are you really that united?
We are, yeah. It's not unusual to occasionally have people who disagree. That's what you would expect with strong, robust people, the kinds of people who get themselves elected. I think the test of a good team is whether you can have those disagreements, settle a position and move forward, and that's what we've done.
And what would you say to people who might think you're a seat warmer as Labor leader?
I think if people saw the work that I'm doing each and every day out in the community talking to Queenslanders, they'd see how committed I am to this because I think it's in the best interest of the state. I think this government is not a very good government. I think they're letting people down. It's our job to highlight that. And then closer to 2028, outline what we would do differently.
Voters convincingly booted you out as Premier in 2024. What makes you think they're going to want you back as Premier in 2028?
Well, I think lots of people are already disappointed by this Christopher government. He promised them a lot.
And I'm talking about you. What makes you think they're going to want you back in 2028?
They're the considerations people will make. They'll have a look at whether they are better off under this government than they were. And if they're not, they'll consider whether the opposition should be the government. And my job is to make sure we do both those things.
There's a hall in Parliament where the portraits of former premiers are hung. Have you sat for your portrait yet?
I have not, no.
When do you think you might do that?
Oh, I'm not rushing. I didn't get into this game for portraits and statues, Jack. I'm concerned about delivering policies that change the state, and that's what I'll keep focusing on. I don't think you'll see a portrait of me anytime soon.
All right, Stephen Miles, thanks for your time.
Thank you, Jack. Great to see you.